Well, hello guys, welcome to the Journeyman. I'm the Custard Prophet. So we're just about to start our 5th episode here with IF It's our 2nd season with them. We sort of started halfway through. In the first season we managed to achieve our objectives, and we've got a different set of objectives this season. So we've gone through the transfer window. I've got a bunch of stuff to show you. Absolutely jam-packed filled episode, and we are going to play our first game of the season against Ytterhogdals. Is it an I or a Y? Do you pronounce that? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. There's lots of people from Sweden who are watching this, so they'll know a lot better than I will. Right then, so where on earth do we start? Well, where do we begin in this debacle which was our transfer window? Well, let's start with staff, because we've done a little bit there. I felt a little bit bad about the fact that we had no physio at the club. Funnily enough, since we've had a physio, we've now had a lot of injuries. I don't understand that. And I've had this before, where you just didn't bother putting a physio in. There was no injuries at all. You put a physio in, you get your injuries. It's annoying, but at least we've got a physio. He's not great. He's not great, but he's as good as there was. Look at the physiotherapy of 6. He just about knows what a stethoscope is, just doesn't know what to do with it. We've also broadened our recruitment team out, and look at the quality of our recruitment team. It is bloody fantastic. So we have a director of football who is actually our chairman. We have a chief scout. We have 2 scouts, none of them particularly great, but it doesn't matter. Basically, I just want them to do a job and just find stuff. We've still got a bit of space for coaches, and maybe we could do something there. We haven't changed anything. In there at all, to be fair. So that went quite well. I did that quite early on. I thought it was probably quite important to start on a better foot with a few more staff members in the club, which hopefully will help us in the long run. I'm not going to talk about the debacle that went on yet. No. We continue. Let's talk about how pre-season went. So pre-season, as you can see, it's gone rather well. We played KPV, who I think are a division. They're a Finnish club, and we lost 2-3 against them at home. Not bad. First game of the season. There'll be names you don't recognise. Don't worry, we'll sort that out in a second. So then we played Kramfors, and won that away from home. Another set of names you probably don't know about. Lost in the next game against Ytterhogdals. That was a game I put in there, a better side than a division above us, but again, I played a very rotated side. It was actually a second string side, and we managed to hold them to that. We then thrashed Umeå Academy, thrashed Hanasands, which was nice, and then finally beat Holmsund. So we've had a very nice pre-season, and really importantly, we are getting goals from important people. So let's have a look at the tactic. It's not what we were playing before, because we've had players who've moved on, players who we've brought in, and we haven't managed to recruit players in certain areas. So we've gone for this, which seems to be working quite well in the pre-season. So it's a 4-5-1. We are playing with, on the left side, we have an why can I never remember? Yeah, inverted winger. I want to say an inside winger, which is kind of what it is, I suppose. Yeah, who will play as an inside winger, and we are playing this lad here, Gunnan, at wing back. I know I'm talking about on attack. So he's going to bomb down that side. So you'll get you should have quite good interaction between those two, I think. And then on the other side, we've got Eriksson still playing as a fullback on support, and then we have a winger, on attack, and we just got a forward up front as a poacher, and then we've got 3 central midfielders. It looks quite a defensive tactic, but we've changed it up. So we are going with hit early crosses. We've taken play for set pieces off. We have taken be more disciplined off. The tempo's still up, but we've pushed the passing directness down to standard. taken the time wasting off completely. We've also we've gone on to the counter press, so we're going to press them quickly. We're distributing quickly. We're not distributing to the target man, so we're going to be a bit more mixed in how we distribute the ball around, which I think will be quite useful. I haven't done anything here, so very much a change in tactic in terms of it's not all about hoofing it up there, it's about creating chances, probably using the wingers where we can. I've also increased the attacking width to give us more space to actually run at them and cause some trouble. But should we go? I'm tempted at that. Yeah, let's go run at the defence. I've done it. There we go. And we've got decent familiarity with this tactic, which is quite good. I think our other tactic is just a sort of more attacking 4-4-2, which will probably be useful because we can play that. The problem is we don't have any strikers. Why don't we have any strikers? Well, let's have a look at the transfers because it's bloody crazy. Right, transfers, just ignore it. Good God. There's been more than one thing that's gone wrong with this transfer window, I tell you. Right, out. Adam Johnson and Millis went out. So, and we actually got a wage for Millis, which is quite good. So they've gone to Bolton and Salford respectively. I think, there was no release players because we didn't have any reserves. In has come just about every player in the world. Now, I signed a very small percentage of these. I was being very careful, so we were trying to keep within that wage budget, that tight wage budget, but I was going to get rid of the guy on £120 a week, the guy on £80 a week, to give us £200 a week to play with, to bring people in. Now all these guys have come in, they've all been signed by my assistant manager. I've now figured out why he's signing all these players, because I've actually got it selected that he is trying to fill up the reserve squad and the under-19s, so that's what he's been doing. The annoying man. He continues to do it, and he just signs central midfielders. He doesn't seem to realise there's other positions that one might want to sign. But no, we need a central midfielder, boss. I don't know where he comes from. We need this central midfielder. Where are we going to play? So it's basically meant I've ended up with about 1 billion central midfielders, and I'm playing a tactic which accommodates 3 of them, just because I've got so many of the bloody people. Anyway, we have a very good reserve squad who are doing very well in the league. So that, if anything, that's a positive. I should also say I am now on my second coaching badge, my B, was it not the continental one, the national B badge, I guess. So that's good. So I'm improving as a manager. My stats are going up as well, and we'll have a look at that in a minute. But I think what we're going to do, rather than try and figure out what on earth's going on here, we're going to have a look at the squad, because the majority of these you will never see. They don't matter at all. But I think we need to look at the first team squad, and then we'll see the players that do matter. Players that we have bought in, important changes. So Alexander Kiefer was not bought in by me. This was actually someone bought in by my assistant. He actually looks all right. Decent heading, decent marking. His tackling could do with a bit of work, but he's got a good jumping reach as well. So I want to adjust that. Actually, I want my heights to be in foot, because I don't understand. I think that's quite tall, because I'm, that's tall. That's way taller than I am. So that's good. That's good. So he looks a quality player. He's got good potential as well. So I'm quite happy with that. And so he is coming in because we've got a few issues with defence. The other really interesting thing is this lad, Jonas Thielen, who is, I think, the best player we've got at the club. Look at the quality that he is. Another really tall player. He's got no acceleration, but great heading, great marking, great tackling. Very good player across the board. He was the lad who was away at Cramfors last season on loan because his brother was there and they were trying to save them from relegation and almost got us relegated in the process. But he's back with us, excellent defender, so I'm happy about that. So the other change in defence is this lad. So we got rid of Millis and we needed to replace him. And we did that with... So Millis was on £120 a week, this lad's on £35 a week. I think I know who wins there. He looks really, really good. He's fast, he can just about tackle, but he looks like someone who could cause a bit of trouble down that left side. And I think playing him as an attacking winger or an attacking wing back is going to be a really good thing. You can just overlap and cause absolute carnage. So yeah, he's currently got a 6.6, so that's good, isn't it? You can see what we're in for. Other players Rami Mansour, we managed to sign him up. He was supposed to be leaving, but he's back in the squad. Matthias Folkesson, I'm happy with him. His stats are dropping like a stone. Don't know why that is, but 3.5 star player. He's reached his potential. At least as far as we can see. He's not going to get any better than this, but he's a decent ball-winning midfielder, decent quality stats across the board, nothing outstanding, but a very, very sort of, decent average stats, so he's going to be okay at wherever he is, which is kind of nice. So, other players that you don't know about, Felix Noren, so a bit of cover on the left side. He's a 2.5 star player. He's got good long throws, which might use, and he's a good leader, and he's aggressive, and he can tackle. So he'll be all right there on the left side, and he'll be a backup. Who else we got? This lad was someone brought in, so he's just covering us at the minute. So he's a left-sided midfielder who is just covering us. We've got injuries to Simon Berg, was someone I brought in, who. It's okay. He's a decent winger, 2.5 star potential, but he could have been better. And yeah, the other player that is in there. So I got to the point of I was kind of making the transfers, being very careful with that figure in mind, knowing I got about £200 to play with. I was sort of seeing these other things come in. They're all non-contract, so I wasn't worried about that. So I got to the point, I thought, well, I need a striker. Let's see how much money we've got to play with. So I go to my wages, my wage budget, and I find I'm 200 quid over my wage budget. 200 quid over my wage budget. And this is because, and this is something I did not realise, this is because when you do the wage budget is not just you'll see, look, I'm bloody 644. My wage budget is 484. So we'll go back and see that striker in a second. But the wage budget is not just your, because I'm paying £390 a week is what I'm paying out. So it's way under the wage budget. It's also a load of add-ons as well. But I don't know which add-ons are the ones that are important. I'm not entirely sure, so I don't know what makes up that wage budget. If anyone knows that, because I don't know which ones to focus on, it doesn't seem to be the appearance fee, because my assistant has been making some interesting decisions regarding appearance fees. I think he's got sort of players on sort of 90 quid appearance fees, which it's going to bankrupt us in seconds if he's going to be doing those sort of things. Anyway, yes. So I find I am now in a bit of bugger, because the club vision, I needed to work within a wage budget, but now somehow I'm no longer within the wage budget, which is really frustrating, considering I've been really careful about this. What I should have done is actually looked at the players as they came in. So I don't know if it's the players that he's brought in that have causing the trouble, but none of them are on a wage. So I don't know what aspect of the add-ons is causing that problem. But I would very much appreciate any... Oh, look, I've completed both coaching courses. Look at me go. Look at me go. Yeah, so that was a bit annoying. So let's just have a look at that last player. Hasanbegovic. So he was the replacement for Johnson. He's not as good, but I signed him on loan from AIK, Bosnian international, decent finishing, decent first touch, composure of 11, which is unheard of at this level, but he's quick as well, pretty tall. I'm pretty happy with that. I think he's a decent player. I went in for a bunch of players, but I was being so tight with the wages that I just didn't manage to get any of them. But we got him on £8 a week, which I think is really good value. Right then, that's enough nattering. Let's go and play Ytterhogdals and see if we can actually do something against them. So yeah, I don't know quite how that's going to work out. Sorry, the other thing I wanted to say related to Club Vision. So the Club Vision has changed a little bit. I need to now get a top half finish, which is not great. Currently, performance is not bad. So they're not happy with the tactics. They think the tactics are negative, at least the ones I was playing before. Hopefully this new tactic can be a bit better, but everything else looks really, really good. So they haven't started moaning about the finances yet, but that may happen. They're really happy with the finances with relating to the loan deal, so that's good. But I have no idea whether this tactic we've got is in any way going to help us against this against a side like Ytterhogdals. Let's go at it. The team I'm going with is essentially the team I've shown you. Right then, so let us see what we do here. I'm not 100% sure what the best form of attack is here. We've got some great players, some decent players on the bench. We are going to be going with Kiefer because I think he's a decent player, and we'll see how he does. We've got Jonsson and Berg, who are both out injured, who would be playing on this right side, probably preferentially, but we've got Larsson on there, so he's not a bad player. So the team is, up top, we've got Hasanbegovic. On the left side, we've got Mansour. The right side, Larsson. In the middle of midfield, we have Bereza, Harmon, and Folkestone. On the left side of defence, we've got the new lad, Gunnan. And on the right side, we have Eriksson. We have Kiefer Sutherland in the middle with Thielen, who I think will make an excellent defensive pair, and Ferreira in goal. I did look to replace Ferreira, but that was kind of after I found out the issues with the wages, and Ferreira's on £20 a week, so it's, you know, if I replaced him, I'd need to either replace him with someone who was on nothing, or I'd have to pay more. £20 a week is essentially the lowest you can pay as a wage in this league, apart from in the case where, you know, we're paying the youth wages for the AIK player. I've not seen anything in terms of youth recruitment yet. There's nothing come through yet. Okay, this could, I'm not quite sure in terms of chances created what this is going to look like, so we will see. I hope we can do something here. It's looked fairly good. I've not been playing the tactic. I've been letting my assistant deal with friendlies, as I tend to do. But I've got some good players, I think. I know we're missing Adam Johnson, who's a very, very good player. He was by far the best player we had in the team. But we have got Thielen back, so I think we're probably more solid at the back. I think we've got better players at the back. I just think up front we're probably even worse. It's in though. It's Bereza. Nami Bereza. What a player. What a shot. 1-0. Fantastic. What a start. Folkestone puts it in down the shipping lanes, and in comes Namo Bereza. Far post. And he just beats his man, just sticks his leg out and puts it in. Brilliantly done. We'll praise him for that. We will be praising them all night for that. So the reason I can say Ytterhogdals quite comfortably is because of the Trucking Football Manager in his series. So, here we go. It's Eriksson. Eriksson ball in, and the ball's back out. They've got it again. I'm interested to see how our defence deals. Yeah, so he played them a few times, and I remember him saying it quite a lot. So it's ingrained in the old noggin because of that. So the ball's over the top. Sid Owens there getting the ball. They're trying to play it forward, but again we look comfortable. Ball forward. It's on the left side. It's Rami Mansour. He fires it wide. So I have also put we've got the update so that we should be getting better situations with one-on-ones, and the players on the left and right shouldn't be shooting from the byline quite as much, so they should actually be crossing it. So we'll see if that happens. Eriksson's got the ball now. Beautiful, a beautiful ball. What? And Sundial in goal. He kicks it to 1 o'clock. Oh, he's gone straight through. Helm is what the noise the ball made as it passed the goalpost. Helm. Right. Demand more. We've played well, but we could be better. I've not seen much from the forwards. The forward. All we've got, other than that, I think this is the worry. We've got Frisk, and then we've got a bunch of youngsters who... I mean, Frisk is within that bunch of youngsters who is utterly, well, a waste of time. Solid defence, yep. I think it's not bad. Not bad, we'll say we're happy. Come on, guys. I think a win would be an amazing start to the season. I need to sort out what's going on in the defence, but I was not sure whether quite what this would look like, whether we would be competitive, whether all of a sudden we'd be crap and we'd be looking for another job. We're going to demand more straight away. I've noticed Hasanbegovic, with his incredibly long name, is looking a little bit... Yeah, he looks like he feels the pressure, doesn't he, with his with sort of team talks and stuff. So brilliantly played free kick, hit the post. Rami Mansour, he's been taken out. That's got to be a card, hasn't it? Yeah, Kojic, his book, Gunnan, Bereza. Gunnan's got it back. We've not seen anything from us in the second half, so it'd be nice to see something. Thielen hits through. Oh, was that a shot or was that a tackle? I don't know. Show some passion. Come on, guys. He's nervous all the time. This isn't great. Right, Folkestone. What the heck happened there? It didn't go in. I thought everyone had stopped for a foul. Well, I don't know what on earth went on there. Right. Well, it's a decent first 70-odd minutes. I think we're going to bring on Ragapovic because he is a decent player to come on. If you look in the comments of my last video, one of the Swedish contingent who've been watching this have put a link to a goal scored by Ragapovic, which won the goal of the season last season. Go and check that out. It's an absolute cracker of a goal. He absolutely smashed it. All right, what do we do? What do we do? Do we take off? I mean, that's what we do. We bring on Frisky up top. We go cautious, and we do that. We're just a bit of a time wasting. And on we go to the pitch, confirm the changes, and that should be that. No, it's not. There's a chance here. Eriksson's got the ball. It's Frisk who... Do we trust him? Frisk to Eriksson. Is he going to lose the ball? Yeah, he does. I mean, we kind of predicted that. Ball over the top. Not particularly great. There's another ball through. The Proust grip. What's Proust grip going to do? He just puts it wide. I don't know. It sounds like a wrestling move, that. Using his Proust grip. Right then, so last throw of the dice. Well, we're not really throwing the dice. We're going to bring on the youngster Johansson for Mansour on the left. But they've got a chance here. Ball still banging around there. Folkestone into Frisk. And he's played the ball very unselfishly to Larsson. Is he going to have a shot? Oh, he does, but it's straight at the goalkeeper. Just never really had any conviction in that move at all, really. But Johansson, he's a beautiful takedown there. Beautiful ball through. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? If there's one point you don't want to pass it. Oh, they haven't overcorrected, have they? They haven't overcorrected. Oh, no, that was... Should have scored there, surely, or should have at least have shot. But I think a 1-0 away victory against Ytterhogdals is a damn good result. I know I'm saying this before we've actually won the game, but this is how confident I am. As the ball flies up the other end of the pitch. And that's it. A 1-0 win, great start to the season. Bereza getting an early goal. We look good for it. Larsson's looking injured, which isn't great because we don't really have anyone to bring on for him. We've got 1,001 reserves, so I'm sure there must be someone in there. Maybe a central midfielder, perhaps. Who knew? Right, we'll hand over to the assistant. I can't think of anything to say. Well, that is what we want from our assistant, isn't it? Well done, lads. Maybe say that to them, because they won. Assistant manager can say no more than that. So we have started off with a win against Ytterhogdals. Let's just have a little look at how we are predicted to do. Season preview. So Ytterhogdals are up there with the best team in the league, 5-1 in the league. We are 7-2, so we've certainly gone up, and we have beaten away one of the better teams. So that, to me, says we are in a better place this season than we were last season. Let me know what you think of the business I've done. Let me know what about that sort of finance issue. I'd be very much appreciate some advice from you guys on that, because I really don't know what I should be looking at in terms of the add-ons and which it is that's going to be causing the trouble. It's probably not something you've come across unless you're in a position where you are literally dealing with pennies each time. It's probably just because of that. Anyway, yeah, drop me some comments on those things, and I will see you next time, and hopefully we will come back and continue to be performing well. We've got some tough games to... I don't know, we don't really... Taftare didn't do well last season, neither did Sandviks. Timrah, I don't think we played, but anyway, I think we'll probably come back somewhere here, maybe at the start of this month, and we'll be able to see how we're doing. Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you next time for some more action in the Swedish division, second division, Norrland. See you then. Goodbye.